I want to go ahead and watch this one also. It is the Willy video talking about the Gressel sword and talking about how Classic WoW has effectively become pay to win in a lot of aspects. Let's see what the fuck is going on with the GDKP scene in Classic WoW.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, Willy here. So originally I wasn't really going to make this video, having already done a video in particular about GDKP runs and what I think about them, which pretty much came up to the summary of not really a fan because of the type of activities that they can encourage. But I've just decided, well, actually I do feel like talking about this, so here we are. So just the other week, a European guild completed a GDKP run, clearing 15 out of 15 in Naxxramas, which in of itself might be quite the shocker that a guild has actually been able to achieve that, but it is one of the more...
Well, it's Salad Bakers, right? They're the number one non-Chinese guild in the world. It's crazy. I don't know if you guys saw this earlier. We were looking at Warcraft logs. The top 4 guilds in the world are all Chinese, and then it's Salad Bakers number 5. Crazy, dude. China fucking owns. China owns
competitive guilds in the world, and one that was also able to achieve a clear on day 1. So there you go. And upon taking down the final boss, Kel'Thuzad, Gressel Dawn of Ruin dropped, an extremely sought after item. This is the best one-handed sword in all of Classic WoW.
Fuck.
So of course those DPS warriors are going to be keen to get their hands on it. But the amount it ended up going for...
Quick question. Has anyone built an Atiash in the world? Has anyone gotten like insanely fucking lucky with splinters and they already have an Atiash? That'd be pretty fucking poggers. Like it's total RNG, right? I guess by now it could have happened where 5 lockouts in, right? It could have happened. Your guild's 28 out of 40. Even that is really lucky. And our A team, the guy who's getting Atiash is at 14 splinters, I think, after 5 lockouts or 4 lockouts, whatever it is. He's at 14. Just bad RNG, right? Bad luck, Chuck.
Was pretty much beyond anyone's wildest dreams.
18,
with a player forking out 198,000 gold, which, as you can see from the title, equates somewhere in the region of $3,000. So I just want to explain how much 198k
Week
actually
4 on
is
Fairlina?
in sort of a more tangible way.
There you go.
So I've heard that items have gone for over 6-digit figures over in China in GDKP runs, but they have the WoW token, so I'm not really that surprised.
Yeah.
But in EU, where this item was sold, it is a total...
Yeah, fun fact. Maybe you guys didn't hear about this. China has had WoW token on Classic servers for like a solid year. It got added to their servers very, very, very early because in China, the RMT gold buying, gold selling meta is like, it's just out of fucking control. Like they kind of had to do it because it was just fucking insane how many gold buyers and gold, you know how it goes. China.
Totally different story. China. The actual gold cap for Classic WoW is 214,748 gold, 36 silver, and 47 copper, which is basically a technical limitation of the client we're playing on. It's the same as old school RuneScape, except there it's 2.147.
Don't they have Oni buff and Nef ups automatically? Yeah, I think how it is. Automatically, every hour on the hour, Oni buff goes out in Stormwind and Orgrimmar, whatever the fuck. They changed that like every... I think they changed like 2 or 3 months ago. Yeah. But the Chinese Classic WoW servers are administered by a company that isn't Blizzard. It's like, what's it called? NetEase or whatever the fuck? Why? That's what they did. I don't know. That's just what they did. NetEase? Yeah, NetEase. So Blizzard doesn't have total oversight over the game in China. It's another company running Classic WoW. So they have changed some weird things. But yeah, every hour on the hour, Oni buff goes out. Whether or not someone pops ahead, doesn't matter. Automatic Oni buff every hour. Yep.
7 bill, which is a little bit strange given the fact we were told we're playing on a Legion client, which I can remember the Mad Merchant there selling a battle pet for 500k and the big spider mount for 1 mil, so I'm not quite sure why this is the case. No changes, I guess. There were even reports from the same raid where the sword went for 198k. The same person also spent a further 35,000 on other items, so they would have gone over the gold cap in a single raid evening. Do you remember back during the start of Phase 5 when people were looking at buying the Scarab Lord, which part of the quest required 42k Silithid Carapace fragments? Many people paid in the regions of about 60 to 80k for...
I remember being out there during Phase 5 launch. I thought this was so fucking funny, man. people are out there farming carap. This is on Fairlina, right? I was farming at this point. I was farming carapaces for myself, doing the Scarab Lord stuff. Like Asmon, at this point, Asmongold was not really playing much Classic. Like he didn't really participate that much in the Scarab War or anything like that. But it was like 2 in the morning one day. I'd been awake for like 20 hours. I've been farming carapaces, and I see Asmon pop up in general chat. He goes, now accepting free carapaces. Hoping people are gonna go give him free carapaces. Alright, I'm now accepting free carapaces. And obviously he did not end up getting Scarab Lord, so he probably didn't get that many of them.
For that. And that honestly isn't too unreasonable. It seems a little bit pricey, or maybe more than a little bit, but that mount, and when TBC comes around, the Scarab Lord title are forever. It was a limited time event. It's not going to be coming back unless they release new servers alongside TBC or Wrath of the Lich King, which happened back in the day. But by and large, I wouldn't really be counting on that. Add on top of that, the event was a limited time on each server, depending on how quickly the hand-ins were done, and you really had to move and pay out as soon as possible. It was all about the exclusivity. So 198k for one item is just beyond unreal.
Oh, dude, I just remember this. What was that guy's name, dude? There was a guy... Jokered was solo farming Scarab Lord, and he was actually paying people to farm for him. Right? So he was paying people to go farm carapaces and then bring them to him. One of Joker's farmers, he gave me like... This guy runs up and opens trade. He puts up like 80 carapaces. I accept them, and then he just runs away. And then chat... I didn't know who this guy was. And chat was like, Joker's paying that guy to farm. So Joker was paying this guy hourly to farm carapaces, and then this guy runs up and gives them to me. Easy, dude. Fucking easy, man.
You might just say, well, it's somebody who's invested gold and made smart buys from early on into the game, and now has just sold everything off and is just throwing their money because maybe they don't want to play TBC, for example. But even still, there's going to be quite a few more items that you would want from Naxxramas as a warrior. I mean, don't tell me somebody with this much gold to throw about isn't going for items like Slayer's Crest, Might of Menethil, or even Corrupted Ashbringer just to flex. And on top of all this, the actual event was streamed live to a pretty sizable audience. And the reason that was given to how this guy managed to amass...
This right here, this is probably the coolest thing about Classic. Out of anything that ever happens in Classic, just fucking running with like 80 other people, you're all going to the same place. That's like the coolest fucking thing ever, man.
Such an incredible fortune was, he does a lot of Diamall East. So 198,000, let's say 60% of that wealth came from arcane crystals acquired within Diamall East. In reality, it's higher than that number if we were taking the arcane crystals as of 100%, it'd be somewhere around the 70 to 80% mark, but let's lowball it, just for the sake of it, which leaves us with 118,800 gold. The average price of an arcane crystal on Gehenna's Alliance over the past 90 days is around 60 gold or so. I would say maybe he ended up selling for a bit higher. Usually if somebody's this good at making money, they know when to sell.
Can I show you something? I want to show you guys something that is absolutely astounding. How much do you think an arcane crystal is on Fairlina? How much do you think? Let's go take a look. I saw this the other day and it absolutely blew my mind. So I sold like 70 arcane crystals for about 50 gold each about a month ago. 50 gold each. I sold 70 or 80 of them. Arcane crystals are 12 gold. Holy shit.
So let's call it just under 2,000 arcane crystals, or 1,966. Nearly enough for 20 Thunder Furies. But how long would that take to get through Diamall East though? So at the end of the instance, I've done a fair bit of it myself, about 800 runs.
Jay the Bard, hey dude.
2 to 3
Good morning, man.
Thorium veins. Each mining node has a 3% chance per swing to get an arcane crystal, and you get 2 to 4 taps per rock. So on the low end, you're going to get 4 taps minimum per run. On the high, you'll get 12. So we'll call it 8 average. And with numbers this large, averages really do start to come in. So bearing in mind, 1 in 33 chance to get an arcane crystal, 8 taps average per run, you should get on average...
This must be old footage. He's wearing some dog shit fucking gear for this run, man. Like, why is he wearing tier 1 shoulders?
1 in 33 chance to get an arcane crystal.
This must be old footage.
Per run. You should get on average 1 arcane crystal per 4 runs-ish. And granted that 60% of the price paid for Gressel is 1,966 arcane crystals, with the prices on the server, that would equate out to somewhere in the region of about 7,500 to 8,000 Diamol East jump runs for one item. How long would 8,000 runs take though? Wow, what a great question. There's a 5 instance lockout cap per character per hour, meaning your runs are hard capped at 12 minutes per character. Note you could do it on one character, log off and do it on another. They actually changed this a while ago. It used to be server bound instead of character bound, so this is actually a benefit where you could run on multiple characters if you were so inclined. But save just for one character, 8,000 runs, which average out 12 minutes each, would mean 96,000 minutes, 1,600 hours, or about 67 days played straight of farming of Diamol East for one item. Do you even have that much time played on your main? People with this much gold tend to value their gold a little bit more than this because they actually appreciate the long-term commitment.
Here's the reality of people that buy gold. They love to spend. They have no problems spending gold. Like, people that actually play the game and farm gold, they don't like to spend the gold. People that buy gold, the saying goes, swipers love to spend. People that swipe their credit card to buy gold, they love to spend the gold. They have no issues because they didn't work for it at all, right? It's like a rich kid who spends his dad's money. He doesn't give a fuck. He's buying a Bugatti. He's buying a Lambo. People that actually earn their money through business or whatever the fuck, they're much more stingy. They don't want to spend their money. They want to hold on to it because they know they know what it took to get the money. But it's always the rich guy's son or daughter who's spending that shit left and right because they have no value for it. They didn't have to earn it. It's these people, man. Gold buyers. I'm telling you, man.
Game knowledge and dedication it actually takes to achieve this volume of wealth. This is coming from a top-end guild, though, and high-end raiding and speedrunning ain't cheap. There is a bit of a tinfoil hat theory going on here that the gold is being bought and given to a raid member, have them pop along to a raid and have other people bid them up when big items drop, so the gold pot ends up to an absolutely obscene amount. Then at the end of the GDKP, you get to split an absolutely massive amount of gold, which is very likely to have been bought amongst
we got a rich dad Andy over here, man. Thank you, dude.
I did hear the payout for each player at the end of the run was about 7,000 gold as well.
Thank you, guys.
That just puts into perspective how much money was thrown into the pot in that run. Do you remember back a couple of months ago, there was all that drama when a lot of guilds in contention for World First back in Nilo for the Waking City.
Can I show you shamelessness? I didn't stream yesterday, so you haven't seen this unless you're following on Twitter. I was browsing the Just Chatting section on Twitch the other day, looking for something to watch. I was looking for some content. And I'm scrolling, and this is what I see. These are the thumbnails. This was at the top of the Just Chatting section. It's Train here, gazing off into the distance, and this streamer here. The way it lined up was fucking perfect. I had to screenshot it, dude. It was too funny. Too fucking funny. And, like, that's exactly the face that Train would make when seeing that.
People were all buying gold. And the whole fiasco around the Gallywix gold selling, where it turned out instead of buying tokens, people were just buying straight from gold selling sites instead. The amount of gold people had to sink to remain competitive
link it. Puro, link it, man.
Insane. I mean, here's another quote from Limit Max saying they're about $40,000 in terms of tokens in debt.
Here's what we should do. I'm sick of this gold impacting the in-game economy so much. They should remove gold from the game. No more gold farming. None of that. You can't farm gold. Get rid of everyone's gold. And then what they should do is Blizzard gives everyone a certain amount of gold each month. So let's say Blizzard gives out 500 gold per month to every player, and you can spend it how you see fit. How about that? What's wrong with that? That's perfect. It can be. It's perfect. There's nothing wrong with that at all. That's communism. No, it's called capitalistic economic redistribution. It's nothing at all like communism. Okay, it's not even similar at all. There's no similarities between the two.
No, they didn't straight up say we bought the gold, but that's just the amount they had to borrow to remain competitive in the large scale of things. So with these guilds in Classic, buy gold, give it to a number of people, bid each other up in GDKPs, you even just check it on stream. I mean, it doesn't seem to matter at this point, does it? Each person gets a 4-digit cut of the profits at the end, and you dish them out, and you're pretty much good to go for as much consumables as you can possibly afford.
You think we need to have this amount? You think we need truing? And you can hear the words. Yeah, that's pretty true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's actually very true. Yeah, that's pretty true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, true. That's pretty true. Yeah, that's true. You want this? Okay, listen, I'll add it. We'll see how much it gets used. We'll trial it out for 1 day. If it doesn't get used, then we'll get rid of it. If it does get used, then we'll keep it, okay? Let's see. There it is. It's added. It's added. We need to do Willy justice and finish this goddamn video.
Moving forwards could very well be a thing with a lot of the top guilds, just because of how prices can be with the high tier items and especially flasks. But there's so many GDKPs at the moment where items are being sold for just 5-digit numbers, let alone 6, which outside of the Chinese servers of WoW is just crazy. You might remember as well a little while ago when I looked at the new bots that were popping up in Blackrock Depths of all those rogues that were just sitting there pickpocketing all day, and since they were in an instance with an endlessly respawning amount of mobs to pickpocket, they're just basically sitting there all day, every day, printing gold. And the only way to actually report them is to whisper them and then right click and report them, even though that's not really anything to go off, to be honest. Well, here you go then. This is the end game of what that causes, this sheer amount of gold. I'd like to say stuff like this needs to stop.
You know what I totally remembered that happened? In fact, my guild was fucking doing this back in TBC. I forgot about this. We would sell runs to help people get their attunement. So, like, we would sell make Therodon kills, or I don't think you don't need Gruul for an attunement. So we would sell make Therodon, we would sell Lady Vash, and we would sell Kel'Thas, which you needed to get attuned for the later raids, right? So we would sell straight up attunement kills. Easy, dude. GDKP attunement runs easy.
Stop and boycott GDKPs, but we all know that ain't gonna happen. People are pricing themselves and others out of the game and putting themselves into a vicious cycle of forced interaction with gold buyers. And gold.
You need Gruul? Do you? Do you need Gruul for SSC? I totally forget. Fuck, it's been so long. I don't know why I thought you didn't. I thought Gruul was like kind of like worthless. I guess I'm wrong.
Gold still really matters in TBC, you know. An economical reset doesn't stop rogues in BRD from farming away happily either. And no doubt there will only be many new ways discovered in the expansion to come. If anything, it's just a band-aid on a much more severe diagnosis. Anyways, there you go. I don't know, I just felt like talking about that subject because I couldn't believe that an item had actually gone for that much on European servers. Maybe we're going to see even more crazy prices to come, but we'll have to wait and see for that. Anyways, let me know your thoughts. A nice light subject today, wasn't it? Thank you all so much for watching and listening in, and I will see you all in the next one very soon. If you like what you see, do give the video...
South Africans, listen dude, haters are gonna hate. South Africans are the best viewers on Twitch. Is that true? Yes, it is. This is S-Fun's thumbnail the other day. Let me take a look here. I saw a video with a thumbnail just like this. It was on a different website though.